Hi friends, let's read the book The Perfect Place by Matt de La Pena, illustrated by Paula Escobar. This story is about a boy named Lucas who gets perfect score in school, but some things at home aren't so perfect. Then he sees a light in the sky and makes him reflect on what perfect actually means. On the day Lucas got a perfect score on his robot report, he floated through the halls with his head held high. But that afternoon, his dad's old work truck stalled, pulling away from school. Lucas had to hop out and help shoulder it through the busy intersection. Car horns blaring, classmates staring, his polo shirt wrinkled and ruined. It was dark by the time they got home from the repair shop. The electricity had been shut off again, so Lucas found his mom in their tiny bathroom, putting on makeup by the candlelight. He reached into his bag for the robot report, but she was already stepping into sneakers, kissing his forehead, and dashing off to her job at the diner. His grandpa was out on the fire escape, picking sad songs on his ukulele and weeping. "Wailo, why do you play sad music if it only makes you upset?" His grandpa wiped his face on his shirt sleeve and sighed. "We're taught, mijo, to search only for happiness. But on certain nights, I prefer the right kind of unhappiness." Lucas nodded, but he didn't quite know what to make of this. He peered down to the avenue below. He saw his Auntie Rosa crouched near a dumpster, tinkering with the engine of a junked motorcycle. His dad sat with a group of neighborhood men who played cards each night below the dull yellow glow of the broken street lamp. Baby Gabby was sound asleep in their bedroom. Lucas tiptoed past her crib to the windowsill where he kept a small flashlight. He aimed his beam of light at the paint peeling off the wall and the broken dresser drawers before pausing at the orange stain on the rug. Then he slumped down on the edge of his mattress and pulled out his robot report. He shined the light on his perfect score. Late that night, a strange light shone in through a crack in the curtains. Lucas sat up bleary-eyed, still wearing his street clothes. Without thinking, he shrugged off his covers and slipped on his sneakers and climbed down to the alley below. The light led him clear out of his neighborhood, and as Lucas followed, the streets became wider and the trees grew denser. Sagged old apartment buildings gave way to big, bright houses with vast green lawns. When Lucas came upon a towering gold gate made of gold, he stepped across into the threshold into a glorious morning and found himself standing in the place where the perfect people lived. He watched in awe as they drove their beautiful cars and beamed their beautiful smiles and spoke their beautiful words. Lucas was so moved by all this beauty, he climbed onto a nearby stage and began reciting his robot report so beautifully everyone stopped in their tracks to listen. Word quickly spread about Lucas and his robot report. A parade was arranged where the mayor presented him with the Medal of Perfection and recounted the crowd each perfect thing Lucas had ever done. 2 officials hoisted him onto their shoulders and marched him through the town square. And as Lucas waved, he was so overcome by a sudden sense of belonging he thought he might burst. Just then, however, a boy working his way to the front of a crowd bumped into a man drinking orange juice. The cup slipped from his grip and tumbled to the ground, splattering the sticky orange liquid all over the sidewalk. A hush came over the crowd as everyone stared at the terrible stain. The boy picked up the cup and tried to give it back, but the orange juice man turned away. The boy hung his head in shame. He then retreated toward the golden gates. apologizing and vowing to never show his face in the perfect place again. Once he was gone, the mayor stepped forward to give a speech. "Today is a difficult day," he declared. "To achieve perfection, we have taken great pride in doing the right thing, in taking the high road, in putting our best foot forward." Then along comes a thief in the night. The crowd gasped. "Now, my friends," he said in a somber voice, "we must begin the long process of healing." Lucas heard a single clap, then several more, and soon the entire crowd erupted in cheers. The celebration resumed as a cleaning crew set about removing the stain. Lucas watched from a distance as everyone hugged and wiped away the tears, assuring one another that all could still be perfect in their perfect place. The mayor motioned for Lucas to join him under the gazebo where the orchestra was setting up, but Lucas now heard the faint plucking of ukulele strings, and he smelled chorizo and eggs cooking in a pan. And was that a baby crying? He backed away slowly before turning to run. The strange light was waiting for him just beyond the golden gates. And this time he followed. The roads grew narrower, and the streets grew sparse, and the big bright houses gave way to the sagging old building Lucas called home. When he opened his eyes, it was early morning, and he was back in his room, and the strange light he realized wasn't strange at all. It was his mom sitting at the foot of the mattress, shining his flashlight on his robot report. When she saw that he was awake, she held it up excitedly. "Lucas, this is wonderful." Before he could answer, the electricity suddenly clicked back on, and now he saw his whole family gathered in the small room. His mom hugged his report against her chest. "Look around you," she said, beaming. "Sometimes the world is absolutely perfect." Lucas glanced at the paint peeling off his walls, and his mom's smudged makeup, and the orange juice stained near his dad's work boots. "Or maybe," he said, turning to Grandpa, "it's the right kind of imperfect." And that's the end, friends. Until next time, take care.